Dr. Darrell Lovell is here, and whenever they said, hey, we have Dr. Lovell on the show, you've co-authored a book that is very interesting. And I think that people really, whenever they heard, hey, college players are going to be, can I say paid?
Yeah, paid's
okay.
good.
Okay.
I think they're okay with paid, especially the athletes. Yeah.
Well, for their name, their image, ability. I mean, this is something that people really wondered. I'm so glad you're here.
Great.
And you're covering a part of it with the NIL. Tell us a little bit about what you found and what people can expect with this book.
So thank you for having me. My research really covers a gambit of stuff with NIL. So NIL is name, image, and likeness. And people kind of have this concept that NIL is now new because of sports. NIL always exists. We all have the ability to profit off our NIL, whether it's you or I, or a kid who has an unboxing channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you have kids, your kids watch the channels where kids unbox toys and they watch them do that.
Yes.
Those kids use their NIL to make money. They either profit on money, on competition of their merchandise. So all NIL did was allow college athletes to use their NIL, their name, image, and likeness, to make money off of sponsorships. Not for what they're doing on the court or on the field. It's for their ability to sell products, their ability to strike endorsement deals. Oh. Now, what we cover in the book and what we're covering now in some of our other research and what's being done in the public media is that has been co-opted, right? Now people are being played, athletes are being played for what they're doing on the field. That line is blurring quickly. I don't even know if there is a line at this point regarding how we're paying players and how players are being compensated, especially with some of the court rulings we're seeing literally yesterday. So it's actually a burgeoning area. I think it moves really fast and very quick. My publisher actually told us when we published the book came out, we submitted the final draft, and they said immediately start thinking about the next book.
Oh my goodness.
Because it's moving that fast.
Well, tell me this, what is it like? I know that you have other things that have been published, but tell me about, this has to be something that you're interested in, that you want to help, that you want to talk to people about, but what is that to co-author a book? And Dr. Millinson is not here.
Right.
Y'all are, back and forth. How is that process for you?
It would be a commute for Dan to get here. He's in Penn State. He's at Penn State Harrisburg, so getting Dan here for the show probably wasn't feasible.
Sure.
No, the process is really fun. We do research. I'm public administration, public policy. Normally we're talking about things that are happening in government, things that are happening in public service, but when you can do something fun. I actually spent 6 years as a sports writer.
Gotcha.
So when you can blend the two worlds and bring them together, it becomes fun and becomes interesting. And truthfully, I think that this is something that a lot of people in the public landscape are interested in. You don't even have to be a sports fan to be interested. This is about who is representing somebody's alma mater, who is becoming an alumni, right? Who is playing at Texas Tech or UT, and how they're representing them and how they're getting better and making their product better. It's creating a lot of interesting challenges for those institutions. For example, if you're giving money to NIL processes, what happens to your donation to the university?
That's a great,
how do we build buildings if alumni are giving money to an NIL collective that's paying an athlete directly? And for that alumni, why would I invest in a building when I can just pay for the offensive lineman that my team needs?
Oh, that
so
really
it's creating some unique challenges. So for us, it's very fun. The process of writing the book was very quick for us because of the material. And talking to people were wanting to talk and people were wanting to engage on the topic. So the process of writing the book was fun, but it's just created a very unique area of inquiry.
Well, I think that is very interesting. The second that in the media we visit with Chip Chandler, he is WT and really gets us to know everything that's happening. We're really proud of you and the work that you're doing. What is next for you? One, where can we get the book? And what is next for you?
The book is available through Routledge Publishing. If you go to their website, you can use the code EAS33 for 20% off. You can also find it on Amazon. The ebook is there. It's also in hardback. Definitely advise getting the ebook at this point until the paperback comes out. What's next for me? I'm actually working on another project with another publisher on looking at tenure, DEI, and divisive concept laws, and what that has done to faculty. Along the NIL ranks, I had a paper out now that deals with social equity and Title IX and NIL. And then Dan and I and another researcher, Blair Thomas, are going to look at what NIL is doing for student athletes and their willingness to still use their voice on social media if they have an NIL deal.
I'm so glad that you're, listen, these are some really good subjects and really very, very interesting. I think WT, very blessed to have you, and this is very interesting. Let me ask you this. And I'm just thinking of Bijan Robinson.
Yes.
I'm a
UT fan. I actually have friends who work for the football program at UT. Yes.
Okay, me too.
Yes.
So I feel like Bijan got some cool opportunities.
Oh, yeah. The Lamborghini that he drove.
Yes.
All that stuff. The Bijan mustard. Bijan Mustardson was great. That was an NIL deal that caught fire for him. Was a way for him to monetize his profile, and that is the way. Really, that is the way it should be used.
Okay.
Right. Bijan Robinson is a fantastic example of a player who created a profile on the field, and was able to maximize that.
I'm so glad you said that, because I just follow him, and I'm so glad you love UT.
Oh yeah. I wasn't able to go there. I went to see you in some other places, but UT's my dad and I used to watch UT football when Eric Metcalf was playing as a little kid. But that is really like that. You look at Bijan. I
feel like he's a good example.
Absolutely. Yeah. Olivia Dunn, they're going to do a docuseries on LSU, and Olivia Dunn, the gymnast at LSU.
Yes.
You know, her ability to monetize her social image and her social media and get paid for that while still being able to be a gymnast at LSU. Angel Reese, the basketball player at LSU. Caitlin Clark, the women's basketball player at Iowa. You know, female athletes. What we have found and what others have found is female athletes are far better at this.
Really?
Than male athletes. Outside of college football, which is really dominated because of college football is so systemically strong.
Okay.
But once you move out of college football and men's basketball, female athletes are way better at cultivating their image on social media, way better at cultivating their image with merchandisers, and are actually, if you pull football, which is difficult.
Sure.
You pull college football out, you pull men's basketball out. It's the female athletes that are making more money than the male athletes, which is very, very interesting.
I wondered. I'm so glad. So, I'm so glad you are talking about that. Well, listen. Will you please come back?
Absolutely.
Let us keep up with you. Of course.
Absolutely.
Let us keep up with you. And would you ever do sports? Have you ever thought about TV sports?
Somebody's got to make me an offer to do that, and I will do anything if somebody pays me. So TV sports would be right along that. So I would 100% do it.
I think
I appreciate
you do good.
that.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Dr.
Absolutely.
Lovell. Appreciate you. Well.